Hello, good morning, friends. My name is Andrea Sadian Saputra. You can call me Andre. I'm from 12 Social 3, Epson 6, and today I want to story telling about the legend of Tangkuban Perahu. Long time ago, in West Java, lived a beautiful girl. His name Dayang Sumbi. She was so almost smart and his clever. Her beauty and intelligence made a prince from the heavenly kingdom of Kahyangan desert her as his wife. The prince asked permission from his father to marry Dayang Sumbi. People from Kahyangan could never live side by side with human, but his father approved on one condition: when they had a child, the prince would transform into a dog. The prince accepted this condition. They get married and live happily in the wood until Dayang Sumbi gave birth to a baby boy. The prince then changed it into a dog named Tumang. Their son is the name Sangkuriang. He was very smart and handsome like his father. Every day he hunted animals and looking for a fruit to eat. One day when he was hunting, Sangkuriang accidentally killed Tumang. His arrow missed a deer he was targeting and hit Tumang instead. He went home and told her mother about the dog. What? Dayang Sumbi was a pilot. Driven by sadness and anger, she gripped a weaving tool and hit Sangkuriang's head with it. Dayang Sumbi was so sad. They didn't pay any attention to Sangkuriang and started to cry. Sangkuriang felt sad and also confused with his mother. His mother loved a dog more than me. Sangkuriang then decided to go away from this home and went on a journey. In the morning, Dayang Sumbi finally stopped crying. She started to feel better, so she went to find Sangkuriang, but her son was nowhere to be found. She looked every time, but she couldn't find him. Finally, she went home with nothing. She was exhausted. She fell asleep, and in her dreams, he met her husband. Dayang Sumbi, don't be sad. Go look for my body in the woods and get the heart. Soak it with water and use the water to bath, and you will look young forever, said the prince in her dreams. After bathing with a water to use to soak the dog heart, Dayang Sumbi looked more beautiful and even younger. And time passed by. Sangkuriang on his journey stopped at a village and met and fall in love with a beautiful girl. He didn't realize that the village was his homeland, and the beautiful girl was his own mother, Dayang Sumbi. Their love grew naturally, and he asked the girl to marry him. One day, Sangkuriang was going on a hunt. He asked Dayang Sumbi to fix the turban on his head. Dayang Sumbi was so startled when she saw a scar on his head at the same place where she years ago hit Sangkuriang on his head same. After the young man left, Dayang Sumbi prayed for a guidance. After praying, she became a confidence and that the young man was instead her missing son. She realized that she had to do something to prevent Sangkuriang from marrying her, but she didn't know which to disappointed him by canceling the wedding. So, although she agreed to marry Sangkuriang, she would do so only one thing. The condition that he provide her with a lake and build a beautiful boat all one night. Sangkuriang accepted this condition without a doubt. He had spent his young studying magical arts. After the sun went down, Sangkuriang went to the river hill. Then he called a group of gentle genies to build a dam and around Citarum River. Then they commanded the genies to cut down the trees and building a beautiful boat And a few moments before dawn, Sangkuriang and his genies several almost finished the boat. Dayang Sumbi, who had been spied him, realized the Sangkuriang would fulfill the condition she had set. Dayang Sumbi immediately woke all the women in the village and asked him to wave a long red scarf. All the women in the village were waving a red scarf, making it look if a dawn was breaking, decided by a false dawn. The cock crowed and farmer rose for a new day. Sangkuriang gentle servant immediately dropped their work and ran for over from the sun, which they feared. Sangkuriang grew furious with all his anger and kicked the unfusible boat. The boat flew and landed on a valley. The boat then became a mount, called a Mount Tangkuban Perahu. Our Tangkuban means upturned or upside down, and Perahu means a boat. With his power, he destroyed the dam and water draining from a lake, becoming a wide plain, and nowadays become a city called Bandung, from the word Bandung, which means dam. Okay, finish. That's all or my storytelling about the Tangkuban Perahu, the legend of Tangkuban Perahu. Thank you for attention, and I hope I can finish. Okay, see you. Thank you.